There is a new detail about The Boys Season 5, Episode 8 that confirms the series finale isn't just a fight between two men, but a total reset of the planet's power structure. We might already know what is going to happen next, because the path to the Oval Office has been cleared by the collapse of Vought's public image. But there is one problem involving Ryan's true loyalty and a secret mutation in the soup-killing virus that changes everything for the survivors. This one detail points to a permanent end for the Age of Heroes, and it means one major character is going to be forced into a sacrifice that shifts the future of humanity. You are watching Screen Explain. The story moves forward into the final hour, with Homelander fully installed as the absolute ruler of the United States. Because he has spent the season purging anyone with a drop of humanity left, he has isolated himself from his own support system. This makes him more powerful than ever, but it also removes his tactical advantage because he no longer has a team to protect his flank. While he waits for the final confrontation in the White House, Billy Butcher is approaching with a version of the virus that has been modified to be airborne. Because Butcher is now partially controlled by the Kessler entity, his goal is no longer just to kill Homelander, but to eliminate every soup on Earth. This leads to a massive disruption within the boys. Huey and Annie are going to realize that Butcher's victory involves killing Kamiko and Annie herself. This will lead to a three-way standoff, where the boys must stop their own leader before he releases the pathogen. Because of this internal war, the final infiltration of the White House becomes a race against time rather than a standard mission. When Butcher finally reaches the Oval Office, he is going to find Ryan standing between him and Homelander. This is the moment where the function of Ryan's character finally settles. Because Ryan has seen the monster in both his fathers, he is going to realize that the world cannot survive with either of them. This will lead to Ryan using his heat vision, not to kill, but to trigger the release of the virus in a controlled way that specifically targets the V1 strain in the room. The consequence of this choice will lead to the depowering of every major soup in the vicinity. This shifts the core question of the finale. The story is no longer about who is the strongest, but about who can survive as a normal human in the wreckage of a fallen empire. A more likely outcome for the final minutes is that Butcher and Homelander are left as powerless old men, forced to face the reality of their crimes without the protection of Compound V. Is a world without soups actually safer? Or has Butcher just traded one type of chaos for another? Subscribe to Screen Explain for more.